भव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदा जमुना तीरवनचारी जमुना तीर। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा जय राधा माधव राधे। जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सतश्री श्रीमत् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद महाराज की, स्कंद संस्थापकाचार्य भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद महाराज की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण की, निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuranam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Text 20. Yo vidyamana yupahatopi dasardha vritya निद्रामुवाह जठरी कृतलोकयात्रः अंतर्जले हि कशिपूर्स्पर्शानुकूलम् भीमोर्मिमालिनी जनस्य सुखं विवृण्वन् यो विद्ययानोपहतोऽपि दशार्धवृत्त्या निद्रामुवाह जठरी कृतलोकयस्त्रः अंतर्जले हि कशिपूर्स्पर्शानुकूलाम् भीमोर्मिमालिनी जनस्य सुखं विवृण्वन्। य विद्यानुपहतोऽपि दशार्धवृत्त्या निद्रामुवाह जठरी कृतलोकयन्त्र अंतर्जले हि कशिपूर्स्पर्शानुकूलम् भीमोर्मिमालिनी जनस्य सुखं विवृण्वन्। Word meaning: Yah one, avidyaya, influenced by nescience, anupahatah, without being affected, api, in spite of, dasardhah, five, vritya, interaction, nidram, sleep, ubha, accepted, jatri, within the jathari, within the abdomen. Kritaha, doing so. Lokayatraha, maintenance of the different entities. Antajale, within the water of devastation. Ahikasipu, on the snake bed. Sparsanukulam, happy for the touch. Bhima Urmi, violent waves. Malini, chain of Janasya, of the intelligent person. Sukham, happiness. Vibrunan, showing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. My Lord, you accept the pleasure of sleeping in the water of devastation, where there are violent waves, and you enjoy pleasure on the bed of snakes, showing the happiness of your sleep to intelligent persons. At that time, all the universal planets are sanctioned with your abdomen, stationed with your abdomen. Purport. Persons who cannot think of anything beyond the limit of their own power, like frogs in a well, who cannot imagine the length and breadth of the great Pacific Ocean, such people take it as legendary when they hear that the Supreme Lord is lying on his bed within the great ocean of the universe. They are surprised that one can lie down within water and sleep very happily. But little intelligence can mitigate this foolish astonishment. There are many living entities within the bed of ocean who also enjoy the material bodily activities of eating, sleeping, defending and mating. If such insignificant living entities can enjoy life within the water, why can't the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, sleep on the cool body of a serpent and enjoy the turmoil of violent ocean waves? The distinction of the Lord is that his activities are all transcendental, and he is able to do anything and everything without being deterred by limitations of time and space. He can enjoy his transcendental happiness regardless of material considerations. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnanam Jana Salakaya Chakhyurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayham Dadati Swapadantikam Bande Aham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavansa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganam Raghunatham Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitamsa Namong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today is one of the most auspicious day, full moon Purnima, Purnima of Bhadra Mas, and it is called as Bhadra Purnima, also as Bhadra Purnima. Bhadra means Bhadra Mas is completed. Bhadra, in Sanskrit, Bhadra means to get shaved, head shaving, that is called Bhadra. There is a forest in Vrindavan called Bhadravan, where Krishna get his head shaved. Bhadravan, Bhadra. So today is the day, in these 4 months people don't used to shave, but today is everybody, for shaving. Even those who are not Vaishnavas, those who are from Mayavadi school, Mayavadi sector, in Haridwar, Rishikesh, Banaras, Kasi, everybody, all the sannyasis, they will get saved. Head shaving Purnima, Bhadra Purnima. They used to say the Vishwarup Mahotsav. Vishwarup Mahotsav, I don't know whether it is fact or not, Vishwarup ji taken sannyas this day, I don't know that, but it was there before even. Vishwarup Mahotsav, famous in Chaitanya Charitamrita mentioned, when Mahaprabhu is there in Kasi, in Vishwarup Mahotsav. That means Vishwarup Mahotsav is there, it is not for Vishwarup, Mahaprabhu's brother. That is Vishwarup Mahotsav means shaving head and some another Vishwarup. Some other things, Vishwarup Mahotsav. And for us it is a special day because our founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada took sannyas 60 years before today, before the starting of ISKCON, before ISKCON movement, he took sannyas in Mathura, in Keshavji Gaudiya Math, in this Vishwarup Mahotsav Tithi. And one more thing, it very special, I think some of you know, this Bhadra Purnima, Bhagavat distribution, it started maybe since 4 years. Before that nobody knows, isn't it? Since 4 years only, Vaisheshika Prabhu, they started now sponsoring Bhagavatam, declare Bhadra Purnima, Bhagavat Purnima donation. But before it was not there. But why it is there and what is the... This is Bhadra Purnima means, Bhagavat Purnima means, when Parikshit Maharaj got cursed by the Brahman boy Srungi, that was the day of Radhashtami. And from that day, Parikshit Maharaj left his home, he gave up everything and kind of taking sannyas. He stopped eating and drinking and sleeping, come to Ganga, take shelter there and sit down there. And because Parikshit Maharaj renounced and takes shelter of Ganga, so many Rajarsi, Devarsi, Brahmarsi, they all come together to help Parikshit Maharaj. He was the Chakravarti Samrat, he was the Samrat, emperor of the whole world. Everybody came. So there was a discussion, said, oh, you want to help you? Parikshit Maharaj said, I don't want you, please discuss some Harikatha, I want to hear, I want to die. Because it is cursed there, this is the will of the Lord. Then he said, no, you want to, Parikshit Maharaj, if you want to do something for me, then please help me. Please let me know what should be the duty of a person who is going to die. He is going to die in the weekend. Weekend he is going to die. So what he should do so that his agenda should be completed. And the goal of his life should be fulfilled. Many of them, they don't know what is the goal of life. And how do they know how it will complete? Jnani, Dhyani, Yogi, Karmi, they bring their philosophy. They said, no, it will be very time taking. Karmis, they said, oh, Baba, Jnani, Dhyani. Some said, no, not 7 days, nothing, Baba. They said, what to do? Now we don't know, but we can help you. When the serpent will come, we can stop it. What we can do? He said, I don't know. If you can do something, I want to die in 7 days, that I can complete my job. So then everybody was silent. At that time, Sukadeva Goswami is arriving in the arena. Sukadeva Goswami, when he arrived, all these big saintly persons, they stood up and they greet him, properly welcoming him. Then Parikshit Maharaj, he understood that he is not ordinary, he is extraordinary personality. And he invited him and allowed him to sit in Vyasasana. And he asked him this. He said, Sukadeva Goswami said, why you are in tension? What problem? Now I am going to die in 7 days. Now everybody will die. So what is strange here? Now I want to achieve the goal of my life. So 7 days is long time. It's too much time. You don't need that many time, that much time. So what, 7 days is long time? Yeah, of course. Then what to do? I am telling you what to do. You want to achieve your success of your life in 7 days? Okay. Then all these Jnani, Dhyani, Karmi, Yogi, they will say maybe which asana, which pranayama, which jnana, which marga, which karma, dhyana, yoga. Parikshit Maharaj was thinking something like that, some special asana, some special meditation, something. He goes, no. Now what to do? Now I am telling you, just sit down. Now in which asana sit? Na Sukhasana. Sukhasana means in which asana you can happily sit. You take your pillow, take a bed, lie down. You can happily spend time without any trouble. That is called Sukhasana. Happy asana. Sukhasana. So sit in a Sukhasana, lie down, take nap, happily sit down. Now what to do? Now doing nothing. Just happily sit down doing nothing? No. Because you don't have to do anything for this what I am telling you to do. Because even if you want to see, you have to open your eyes. You want to speak, you have to open your mouth and tongue will work. But if you want to breathe, you have to take air inside. But for hearing, you don't have to do anything. It is already there and the sound is already going inside. So you don't have to do anything. So that I am going to tell you. You don't have to do any labor, any capital expenditure for spending something. You have to do something. Nothing. Just happily, leisurely sit down. And that's it. Now I will speak, you hear. That's it. That's it. I can achieve the goal of my life now, of course. Within 7 days, no, before that. What? 7 days long, before that. All the present big Muni Rishi, they understand. How come? They'll ask, is there any proof whatever is saying? How can you believe it? Is there any history that this thing happened? In this short span, somebody can achieve that? Of course. Then Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami gave the example of Khatwanga Maharaj. He said, Khatwanga Maharaj, he was fighting for the demigods against demons. And after long fighting, he defeated demons and he win. And then all the demigods, they come and they say, thank you, sir, you are so nice, you are our Senapati, this, that. How can you please you? What you want, we can give you. Then Khatwanga Maharaj said, what you want to give me? I have everything. So if you want to help me, then please help me in calculating my time of death. Because in earthly planet, all the astrologers, calculators, they are always doing wrong. It's natural. Whatever they will do, it's still wrong. But in Devaloka, you are not doing any wrong. Your calculations are perfect. So can you help me in calculating how long I will stay in this body? What is my expiry date? Find it out. I say, okay, that will do. Then immediately big, like Brahaspati and all that, they come down. Very fast they calculated. They said, sir, please excuse us. Now what? Now, shall we tell you the truth? Now, yes. Now only one muhurt is there for your expiry date. You will die after one muhurt. One muhurt means 48 minutes approximately. And he said, okay, thank you. And he went back to his palace. And within 48 minutes, he achieved his desired goal. His success is human life. So you have 1 week. He has only not even 1 hour. 48 minutes, Oh, nice. So just leisurely, happily hear what I am saying. So, Sukha Sagar, Sukadeva Goswami, he spoke Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Mahaprana, Parikshit Maharaj was hearing attentively. Without sleeping, without eating, without doing anything. If no input, no output, no toilet bathroom is not required, because nothing is going inside. No eating and no drinking. So he was hearing, and it is described in 12th canto that even before weekend, before 7th day, Parikshit Maharaj told Sukadeva Goswami, my dear Guruji, by your mercy, I have achieved my goal of life. I am no more in this body. I am above this body. I am in transcendental situation. I am not in material plane. I am in transcendental plane. He himself told, Parikshit Maharaj told Sukadeva Goswami, by your mercy, I am out of body, I am in transcendence. Now if Takshak will come, he will do the crematory work. Otherwise I have gone. Then Sukadeva Goswami take leave. He said, okay, thank you, I am going now, yes. Sukadeva Goswami left and many others left. Then Parikshit Maharaj left also to his abode. And then Takshak come and do the farewell. So that happened. Parikshit Maharaj left his body on Bhadra Purnima day. And that is the 7th day of Bhagavatam, the completion of Bhagavatam. What Sukadeva Goswami spoke, Parikshit Maharaj, it's come to an end. This is Purnima Tithi. This morning, Purnahuti. Now it is complete. It's complete. You can go to Bhagavad Dham, Param Dham. I am going to my place. Let others go their place. And then Takshak will come and do his job. So that is Bhadra Mas Purnima Tithi, because Radhashtami to Purnima is 7 days, 1 week. So he started speaking Bhagavatam from Radhashtami day, and this is the end day, 7th day. This is the disappearance day of Parikshit Maharaj. It is very glorious for us, because Parikshit Maharaj, the last emperor in whose ruling demigods used to come to visit, and from this planet people used to go to Devaloka. There was public transportation. Bus communications were there. People can go from this loka to Devaloka, Devatas can come. You can see them and they can talk to them. That was happening. Parikshit Maharaj is the last emperor. And then Kali came. Parikshit Maharaj's time, Kali entered. And Parikshit Maharaj subdued Kali. But still some effect left over. Parikshit Maharaj gave him some place. First 4 place, then another place, 5 place there. So Kali stayed. Parikshit Maharaj left, but Kali stayed. But Kali stayed, but he is not so much powerful to rule over, because that's why the 4 regulative principles we have. That is the place where Kali stays. Parikshit Maharaj gave these 4 places, where meat eating, where gambling, where illicit relation, and where intoxication. These 4 places where Kali used to stay. And one is, so no, opulence, there also Kali used to stay. Yes. Punasya jachamana jata rupam adat prabhu. Finally he said, okay, you can take that place also. Wealth. So Kali stayed in this way and trying his best, but because of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he can't do anything. This is the only, this ISKCON movement is direct antipathy of Kali. Kali is in full swim, but this Hare Krishna movement is opposing. and he is waiting, okay, how long you will go? But Kali has entered to movement also, he has entered, but still he is not that active. If we will not allow him, we will follow strictly the regulative principle, he can do anything. But sometimes we are breaking, making, so he is taking chance to come inside. So anyway, so this is Bhadra Purnima. The secret is that today is the disappearance day of Parikshit Maharaj, and today is the final day, the Bhagavat Purnahuti, the Bhagavat spoken by Sukadeva Goswami, he completed whatever he has to spoke, he spoke, and by this Parikshit Maharaj attained the abode of Vaikuntha. This is the effect. So, okay. So, come down to this verse that is we are supposed to read today. This verse is spoken by Brahmaji. Brahma is praying to his father, Garbhasai Vishnu. He is begging that please empower me that I can do the creation, Srishti. Srishti, there are two kinds of Srishti. One is Sarga, another is Visarga. Sarga is also Srishti, that means ingredients, that is Brahma cannot do. Brahma is engineer. Engineer will come to place when ingredients are there. Nothing is there, no land, no ingredient. What engineer will do? Architect what will do? So, Lord himself, he arranged the land, the plot, area, and he arranged the labor, all ingredients, building materials, everything he arranged. Then he gave the blueprint, idea also, to map also. Okay, now you start work. That is Visarga, Brahma's Srishti. And Brahma, every day he will do creation. Every day. And every evening when you come to sleep, devastation. Finish everything. Then next morning he will forget, now what to do? He will do, then pray to Lord, then Lord is, okay, this is the way, do it again. So you should do every day of Brahma. So, here Lord Brahma is praying to Garbhasai Vishnu, Sakhyat, in these two verses, this 20 and 21. And this verse is saying, Yo avidya, avidyaya apahato, anupahato. Avidya anupahato api dasarha vritya. Dasarha means 10 means 10. The ardha means half of 10, that is 5. The 5 vritti of avidya. Yo avidya. This avidya have 5 vritti. What is that 5 vritti? Avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, abhinivesh. These are 5 vrittis of avidya, pancha parva avidya. In some other place in Bhagavatam also said that tama, tamisra, andhatamisra, tama, mahatamas, tamisra, andhatamisra, something like that also. But this is famous, that avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh and abhinivesh. These 5 are panchaparva avidya. Because of this, all of us are sleeping, and all this avidya, all this nonsense we are doing. Sleeping is one part because of avidya, people used to get sleep. So here it is saying, Jo avidya anupahata, because the Lord, Supreme Lord, there is no avidya with him, and avidya cannot affect him. No influence of avidya there. Even if he is not influenced by the avidya, panchaparva avidya, but still he is sleeping. Sleeping only can happen if you are getting influenced by avidya, tamagun. Otherwise you can't sleep. Sometimes I saw people, they are trying to sleep, they can't sleep. Whole night trying, day also not sleep. Not happening sleeping. That means avidya is not working? No, avidya is there, only that part is not working. Other part, the asmita, that tama is not working, but asmita, dvesa, raga, these all are full potency. Actually, it's one thing I can tell you. We have 5 knowledge acquiring senses, like eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and suppose one sense is not active. Suppose you can't see, the other organs will be very much active, very, very powerful, extraordinary powerful. You can check it, very, very powerful. Yeah. So other organs will become active. Similarly, if that tamaguna is not active, you can sleep in night, that means other organs are very active. The raga, dvesa, that are active very much. They will put you in trap. So here in Lord, he is saying, yo avidya anupahato api dasara britya, in the Panchaparva, the 5 subjects of avidya, there is no influence there in the Lord, but still nidram upama. You are still sleeping. So that is not ordinary sleep like we are sleeping, that is yoga nidra. Because the ordinary sleep is because of avidya, but Lord's sleep is not because of avidya. He is taking pleasure. Yoga nidra, in ardha nirmalita chakyu, he will not close his eyes, no, he will half close and half open. That is his yoga nidra. And why he is taking yoga nidra? What is required? If there is no avidya, he does not need to sleep, then why he is sleeping like that? He is sleeping, it is said, because he is saying, Jathari krute, ubaha jathari krute lok yantraha. All the whole material planet till Brahmaloka, in 14 planetary systems, whoever is there, all entities, in night time when Brahma is going to bed, the whole cosmos under the control of Brahma, everybody went to Garbhasai Vishnu's abdomen, and there everybody will sleep. If the boss is not sleeping, then nobody can sleep. So that's why he is showing himself that I am sleeping, that let others should sleep. They are very much tired. For one kalpa they were working, so now they need at least for a kalpa to sleep. So to make them sleep, to give them rest, the Lord is posing himself that I am sleeping, but because he is not affected by avidya, he can't sleep. So he is doing yoga nidra to give rest, to give sleep to the entities inside his abdomen. Udari kruta, jathari kruta, lokatantra. All the living entities are inside his body. So they were tired, they need sleeping, so Lord is doing that. Sleeping. Ardha nirmalita nitra, and he is sleeping. Not ordinary yoga nidra. This nidra is not affected by avidya. There is no tama, no question of tamaguna. Purna visuddha sattva. But he is yoga nidra, he is sleeping. Another important part is, even if this yoga nidra, what is, he is sleeping not in bedroom, putting machardani or good night or something or like that, a nice bed, pillow, nothing like that. He is sleeping as a bed of a serpent. What? Serpent. If we hear the word of serpent in bedroom, forget, we can't sleep that night. If in our bedroom somebody tell, Mummy, Papa, there is a snake, forget, gaya, sleep, gaya. That night sleep gone. And if we see snake in bedroom, forget, you can't come to the room. We will go out of room for some days. We can't come inside the room. And if we see a big snake, forget to come, we can't touch. And just imagine what is our position. And here he is saying, Ahi kasipu. Ahi means snake. Ahi kasipu sparsa anukulam. And Lord is sleeping in the bed of a serpent very nicely, pleasurely. Oh, so nice. In the bed of a serpent, yes, not ordinary serpent, says 1,000 hoods. Oh my God, one hood will finish. Sometimes no hood snake. They can't bite even. By seeing, we will run away for 2 kilometers by seeing them. Isn't it? And he is sleeping on the bed of a serpent. On the direct, no putting bed sheet or something. Directly on the serpent. And that serpent is not ordinary. 1,000 hood. Sahasrabadana Sesanaga. Sesanaga. On his bed sleeping. My God, how can you sleep? Any living entity in this whole material world, you can request, I will give you $2 billion. Just 2 minutes you can sleep in the bed of snake. And he will go, oh my God. Never ever it will happen. And he is sleeping. Ahikasipu. How come it is possible? Not only that, there is another. That means Lord is Purna fearless. Purna Nirbhaya Abhaya. He has no fear, no matter who is there, which place, which time, who is there. No fear. There is not a tinge of fear in Lord. And in our case, we will die if we will forcefully go to there, we sleep there, we will die. Before snake bites, we will die ourselves. Our heartbeat stop, we will die. But Lord is sleeping. He is entering, snake is giving bed and sleeping. As snakes, the cover part, not the upper part, the lower part of the snake is white and very soft and cooling. Very soft and cooling. And Lord is taking this cooling effect, soft, and is sleeping. That means so fearless. Just imagine, so fearless. If you see a big snake from the earth, then forget. Rest of the life we will not go there. there. Snake is there, we will not go. Or he bade me sleeping, so fearless. And another is saying, Bhima Urmi Malini. Urmi means waves. Bhima means violent waves, very big. That Kshirasagara, super white water, ocean, milk ocean. And the waves are like mountains. When you see a little waves in this salty ocean, oh my God, finish. Isn't it? All of us very much fearful to ocean, very much fearful. And when ocean become violent, forget. Samudri Tufan, they will make announcement, go far away, do like that, isn't it? The sea is violent. And here it is not always violent. Bhima Urmi, very like mountains, such a high tide, big waves. Bhima Urmi. Heavy sound. And if somebody see, he can tolerate it. Such a high waves. And he is sleeping there. Place has no effect on him. Snake has no effect on him. No fear. Nothing. Totally fearless, tensionless, and only happiness is there. This is Lord. So, and he is sleeping. The Brahmaji is seeing that how Garbhasai Vishnu is sleeping. So Prabhupada is pointing out the persons who cannot think of anything beyond the limit of their own power are like frogs in the well. Just like our so-called learned persons and scientists, they are frogs in the well, Dr. Frog. What? They have their limitation. They cannot think out of beyond that. They said, how come it possible? How come it possible somebody sleep in the water? in the ocean, sleeping in the ocean, and not only a calm, quiet ocean, high tide ocean, when ocean is in the Laghu chap, you know, sometimes. Storming waves. Storm waves, you want to sleep there? Such a high tide waves. And on the top of that there is a big serpent, and there you want to sleep? Yes, he is sleeping. So nobody will accept it. He said, how can it be possible? In this water, how can you sleep? They can't believe. So Prabhupada is saying, you may not believe, that is your problem, but not his problem. How come somebody can sleep in water, in ocean? Are Baba, you cannot sleep, but you go and see many aquatics. They are nicely sleeping, eating, mating, they are doing everything in the water, isn't it? They are doing. You cannot do. They are doing, they are taking pleasure. The fishes and the other aquatics, when the flood is coming, the big water things, they will take pleasure. Yes, so nice. But for us, we will die. For them it is pleasure. So if the insects, aquatics, they can sleep nicely in the deep of the water, in the ocean and everywhere, then why not Supreme Lord? He is at least better than these aquatics in everything. You cannot do, that does not mean that he cannot do. He can sleep. You are fearful, he is fearless. For him it is not big deal. So that's why those who are Kupamanduka, frog-like persons, frog, Prabhupada used to say, there is a small story about frog. There was a well in a village, and in the well one frog was there, and he has his family, whole society was there. He developed a society, frog society, and many frogs, maybe 30, 40, 50, big family, combined family, big family, small well. So they have family, there are 30, 40 frogs were there, and he is the number one. Big frog, he is the Dada. So, senior most frog. The senior most frog, everybody respect him. He is senior most frog. So, one time there was a flood. Then the river water came and the well was in the river. So, one frog somehow or other come up, and the water was there for 1 or 2 days. So, one frog get out of the well and get through the river water, he went to the river. Others, they somehow or other stay. And one frog went out. Then went out, he saw the river. Because he, from his birth, he never see a big place than a well. That was everything for them. When he saw the river, he went, where is the boundary? Where is that? And they somehow or other see the river, then he go to the pond, and they slowly, somehow, after a long time, he come back to the well. When he come back, everybody started interviewing him, taking reports. He said, I went to place where water reservoirs there are, rivers. He said, what is river? River means so much water body, so many water. Then it's big. Then the senior most frog is coming. He said, how big? Bigger than me? No, of course bigger than you. No. He said, make him little pumping up. He said, now I'm too big. It is bigger than me? No, bigger than me. No. Bigger. So it's making him big, putting air in it and burst. Finally, because he was thinking that, Mr. Frog was thinking that nothing can be possible that bigger than the well. Because from my birth I am seeing this is the only big thing. How can something will be bigger than this? That you cannot see. But that doesn't matter, that nothing is there beyond you. So that's what he's saying. This frog mentality people, they cannot imagine length and breadth beyond their own thinking. They can't imagine about the Pacific Ocean. Such people take it myth. They are saying it's myth, it's legendary. When they hear that the Supreme Personality lying on the bed within the great ocean of universe, they are surprised that one can lie down within water and sleep very happily. They can't accept it. Prabhupada is putting argument, why you can't accept? If the aquatics, they can do that, so why the Lord cannot do? He can do it. Many things we cannot do. The birds, they are flying, we cannot fly. Don't think that how can fly? They are flying. Demigods, they are also flying. Lord can fly. They can do. We don't know that means. So it is finally, it is a point that no matter whether we are able to understand or not, that doesn't matter. Those spiritual things, this we may not able to understand it, but we cannot say that it's not happening. No, it is there. That is our problem, that we cannot go beyond our limit. But it can happen. It can happen. It's possible. 100 years, 60, 40, 80 years before, 80 years, yes, 50 years before, there was no mobile phone, smartphone. If 50 years before somebody say, I can talk to somebody in US, pagal, how can it be possible? What are you talking? Isn't it? Now video call. Maybe after some days you can, now you are talking and seeing, you can touching even, that may happen. Because these things are there. We are saying we are advanced. At the time of Tritiya Yuga, when Dasarath Maharaj was there, at the time of King Dasarath, there was an incident happened, King Dasarath, when he was in Mrigaya, when he went to forest for, at that time there was he was thought there may be some deer, something like that, and he cannot see, and he has a weapon called Sabdabhedi Baan. Sabdabhedi, by sound, he will shoot the arrow. That arrow will follow the sound, and from where the sound is coming, he will attack there. Sabdabhedi Astra. And Dasarath Maharaj used this Sabdabhedi Baan, and that Sabdabhedi Astra went, and there is a boy, Brahman boy, and so he was going to bring water for his blind parents, and he got shooted, he got killed. You see, Sabdabhedi. Now the advanced science, technology, they have never come to that level. Sabdabhedi Baan. No. And even in Mahabharata time, Mahabharata 5,000 years ago, the weapons, they were using Agni Bana, yes, Agni Astra, Varuna Astra, Vayu Astra, all these astras, they have not reached to that level. So at that time, so much technology was advanced. Actually, we are seeing there is three things. One is mantra, one is jantra, one is tantra. In previous days, mantra was active. If you chant mantra, miracle can happen. But now this mantragya, mantravid is not there, so it is not happening. So that era gone. So then tantravid. Tantra is a kind of semi-mantra, but it's kind of mantra, but not like powerful like that. You cannot do that big thing, but you can do something. Bhut, Pret, Pishan, like the Tantra Vidya, you can apply. That was there. And then come Jantra Vidya. Jantra means Sukma Jantra. There are two varieties of Jantra. One is Sukma, subtle, and one is gross. Sukma Jantra, just like you can see Sri Jantra, a Narsinga Jantra, Lakshmi Jantra, then in copper plate, they draw something. That will work. If you draw something here, it can have a big effect. That is called Jantra Vidya. Jantra Vidya. Sri Jantra, this Jantra, like that. They will do Upasana, Jantra Upasana, you can do, achieve many things by just doing that graph, Jantra. That Vidya is gone. Now gross Jantra Vidya, machineries, parts, we are in this Yuga. The fourth class, gross machinery Jantra Yuga. So we don't know the subtle Jantra, not Tantra, forget about mantra. But that was there. Their fighting was there, all mantra power. They will just shoot an arrow, chant mantra, that will work. Brahmastra, Varunastra, Naranastra, it's all mantra vidya. Mantra. So, and that mantra is also subtle, but this is matter. This is matter. It is not spirit. It's not spiritual, transcendental. It's material. Even this material world, we are not that advanced to reach that level. What to think of spiritual level? Forget. So here, the description, the Lord is sleeping, this is totally spiritual. There is no question of matter, no question of avidya, nothing. So how can we, in our garbage brain, how can we able to understand about that transcendental topic? So we will become Mr. Frank. It's a no, it's useless. So like that. When in our brain only gobar are there, so we'll discuss, become like this. But if you, from authentic sources, if you read Bhagavatam and other Shastras, you can see that how it's happened. And it's proved. If this ordinary aquatics can stay in water, why not, Lord? Why not? So, Kesari. So, anyway, today, one of the most auspicious day, I was thinking to tell something about Prabhupada, that how Prabhupada, he got a dream from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, go and take sannyas, 2-3 times, and he went to Kesam Maharaj and discussed, he said, yes, you should take. And Prabhupada took sannyas today in this Vishwarup Tithi, this Bhadra Purnima Tithi. Okay. Any comments or any question? Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the class. You said you were speaking about avidya and Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the case of Parikshit Maharaj, he could hear for 7 days without sleeping. But in our case, sometimes we cannot do it for 1 hour without sleeping. Why is it so? And can we progress to that point of Parikshit Maharaj?
Of course you can. If I can give you death notice of 1 week, then you will forget everything. Because you don't know whether you will die or not. But if he confirm that I am going to die within 4-5 days, then you will forget sleep and eating. Okay? That will come naturally. Because you don't have that notice served on us. Okay? Yes.
Thank you for a wonderful class, Maharaj. Maharaj, I just want to know that you mentioned about the glories of Bhadra Purnima for today. We are celebrating the disappearance day of Maharaj Parikshit. I just want to know when Maharaj Parikshit spoke the Brihad Bhagavad to Mother Uttara, if he disappeared.
Yes. That happened when Sukadeva Goswami was about to leave. It is the beginning of the 7th day. Parikshit Maharaj was fully blissful mood. He was so happy because he attained Paramdham in transcendental bliss. He was so happy mood. Anybody could see his face and his body, He was totally in spiritual bliss. So Mother Uttara, he said, what? Today is the final day. You are going to die, but you are so happy. And I am your mother, I am crying today, you are going to die. He came. Almost Sukadeva Goswami said, I am going, okay, it's done. So Uttara came. He said, my dear son, what happened to you? You are mad or what? Today is your death day, and you are so happy, looking so nice. You have not eaten for 7 days. You have not drank 7 days. You have not slept for 7 days. You are so looking so fresh and so happy, because he is not in material plane. He is totally in transcendental plane. Because of that, his body is in different plane. So, but she could not understand how come it happens. From the day beginning, you are looking different, second day, but now you are totally in different stage. So then Parikshit Maharaj said, yes, because by the mercy of Sukadeva Goswami Guruji, I understood Bhagavatam, that's why I am in spiritual bliss. I am above this bodily conception of life, that's why I am happy. I am not in this material body now, I am in different body, spiritual body. Mother Uttara, she cannot understand. She said, what is it? Can you tell me something? I want to become happy. He said, there is no time. Any time serpent can come. No, please tell me. In very short way. In very summary you can tell me. Then Parikshit Maharaj, in summary, in substance, what he understood from the whole 7-day discourse from Sukadeva Goswami, what he understood, his understanding, he spoke in a nutshell to his mother Uttara. That is Brihad Bhagavatam. Okay?
I also have one more question, Maharaj. You spoke about the Yoga Nidra, how Lord Vishnu, all the universe, all the living entities goes inside in his abdomen.
Yes.
But we also hear that during Chaturmasya, it goes for a Yoga Nidra. So how can we understand about two conceptions?
Yeah, in Chaturmas, in Kshirasai Vishnu used to sleep, but here it is said Garbhasagara. In the creation time, Garbhasagara, from where Brahma comes, and the creation starts, Brahma's day starts, the Garbhasai Vishnu. And Kshirasai Vishnu, another expansion of Garbhasai Vishnu, he used to sleep these 4 months. And in Vaikuntha Ekadashi, Vaikuntha door open. Okay. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की